Hello, Cancer. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Lightseers Tarot by Chris Ann. There's a website for Chris Ann. Chris-Ann with an E.com. If it focuses there, you can freeze frame and use the information like you want to. There we go. Supportive Oracle cards. Spellcasting Oracle cards by Flavia, Barbara, and Lisbeth. Websites on the back here. SheWhoIsArt.com. There's also a couple other websites there, so if you want any of that, feel free to freeze frame and take what you would like, of course. Use what you would like, however that works. Cancer. Ooh, your card came out. The Chariot. Alright. Okay, travel, happiness, and love. Okay. All of these, I feel like this is more on your side. Travel could literally mean change, but I'm kind of feeling like you might be going on a trip. It's a general read, so take it however it resonates. Some of you will definitely be going on a trip. And it seems like it's just an enjoyable trip. So like the trip is for fun. Yeah, no, I feel like it's for fun. I'm like, could it be a business trip? Well, it's a general read. If it's a business trip, it's going to be a lot of fun. So there's a lot of fun and happiness involved with it. Because I'm getting travel, happiness, love. The Page of Wands is what really is tripping me into it. Like, a lot of just, this is happening, that is happening, but it's a lot of good things, a lot of good energy, a lot of positive energy here. It's coming out of something that is actually quite difficult. So the situation as it currently stands is the Ten of Wands, which is not bad, but is taxing, emotionally taxing. This is one of those things where, after you deal with this situation, you just want to go home and crawl up in your bed and just disappear for a couple days. Just kind of like, I did it, I can do it, but I just would really just like to stay away from this for a while. I would like a break if that was possible. For probably a lot of you, it's not really an option. Kind of like you got a lot you got to do, so you can't really do that. There's also the need to be more insistent on your side. Insistent? Insistent. The Aries card, it's the Emperor. I'm feeling Aries energy. You're Cancer, clearly. But what I'm getting from that is like more, this is how it needs to go, doing it your way, not expecting anything less, not accepting anything less than the truth. Like the truth is what we're dealing with. Deal with it now. Don't save for later. We're not going to play nice just to deal with a bigger problem later. If this is wrong, we're cleaning it up now. That would help you more in this situation. Don't let people slide, which may seem harsh, but they're saying don't let people slide. The truth, and we're going to deal with the truth. If that's what it is, we're going to go right for it, and we're going to deal with it. And being insistent on that. Like, this needs to be on the level. We need to get this in order, and we need to get it in order now. If you're able to do that, I feel like that's when the home card really comes in for you. Because I feel like by you being insistent and putting things in order and kind of like, listen, this is the truth of the situation. You're not supposed to be having that. Or you're supposed to, this is your responsibility. You're supposed to do that. I'm doing my side, and I'm going to do my side, but you need to do your side too, and I'm not going to do both of us. I'm not going to do the work for both of us. I'm doing my part, and you're doing your part. And the more insistent you are of that, it's really empowering for this person, ironically. Granted, should you have to do that? Probably not. More than likely not. But if you're able to push them forward and get them to hold on to their own responsibilities, they overcome a lot of problems. Because when they sort out their own mess, they sort it out not only the way they want it done, but the way that works for them. This is better. This is a lot better. A lot better. Slow and steady wasn't winning the race for them. So giving them a push seems to work better. This wasn't working. Slow and steady wins the race, not for them. It wasn't working. They needed that push. You caused some conflict for them. All you have to do is cause some conflict where, get on them a little bit. You got to get going. You got to do this. I'm not doing it for you. If you don't do it, it's not getting done. I'm not going to do it for you. You cause that conflict with them. That actually moves them forward. It gets them past that negativity. Their energy goes up. Their energy goes up to the Knight of Cups. I feel like, things go a lot better when you kind of push them a little bit. They might need a few days or a week to kind of come around full circle to that. But I feel like they'll realize, by them getting up and taking care of their own mess, things get a lot better. And it's handled the way they want to have it handled. Like, if you're the one that's going to handle it, you're going to handle it the way you need to handle it, not the way they want to handle it. And that's fair. That's one of the reasons they should handle it themselves. It's kind of like, the analogy I would get here is kind of like, you want food, but you're not willing to make it or put it together. So since you're willing to get it, you get what you want. You create what you want. And if they like it, great. If they don't, well, that's too bad. You got what you wanted because you put the effort in. If they're willing to meet you halfway on the situation and participate, well, that's a different story. But if you're the one putting in all the effort, you should make what you want, not for nothing. This is going really well. All it takes is kind of pushing this forward, creating a little stress for somebody else. That's up to you how much that really is, if that's a little or if that's a lot. But your card comes in, that's the Chariot card. This is you and your power. The Knight of Swords comes in, is just telling me, you're pushing forth communication, but you're keeping this going. I feel really good with your energy because I feel like you're acknowledging, when they do what they're supposed to do, I feel like you're acknowledging how well it goes. I feel like you're very good with that. Kind of yeah, that went well because you did what you're supposed to do, and this is great. Let's keep doing it this way because when you do what you need to do, I do what I need to do, and we enjoy this so much more. You do a really good job at that, and I feel like you're telling this person, you do a good job at that. You just got to stay on the ball. Just keep doing it. You do a good job at that. You're very gracious with it, is what I'm getting, but you're on point with it at the same time. Kind of I'm not going to act okay, that was good, you can be done. No. I'm going to kind of be yeah, as long as you keep doing that, this goes great, and you do it well. So keep doing what you do well and keep moving forward. I'm trying to be positive, but not I don't want things to backslide is kind of what I'm feeling here. It's kind of yeah, good, keep going. Positive, no backsliding. And you're keeping that momentum going forward. What is that? The career card. This doesn't have to be literal career, but whatever the situation is, it almost feels like you got to treat it like a career. Kind of you have to maintain it. You have to make sure that stays where that's supposed to stay. This does what this is supposed to do. Whoever this person is that you're connected to, if it's not career, I feel especially if it's not career, you got to keep an eye out for things that are coming their way that might kind of trip them up. And try to be preemptive with it, or when you see something coming towards them that you think is going to trip them up, or you're noticing they're starting to get a little tripped up, kind of try to keep them going, give them that positive reinforcement if you can. If it has to be a little bit more harsh, then it has to be a little bit more harsh. But keep an eye on the situation, because I feel like this person can go good for a while, but then sooner or later something trips them up, and then they start to backslide. If you just keep your eye on it, you don't have to do anything until you start to slip, or if you're well, that could happen, that could make it backslide, might as well be proactive with it and just kind of move ahead, just make sure they're good. Because I feel like your energy, your support in that emotional way will help keep them on track and help them get past these hurdles. This is all about empowerment. When this other person is empowered, they get along with you really well. It's all about them doing what they're supposed to do, what they need to do. When they're empowered, they do what they're supposed to do. They get along with you extremely well. It's all about empowerment with this person. Also, the last thing I'm noticing before, because there's only one last piece I'm noticing. Be aware of this person holding on to guilt. How do we say this? But this also kind of makes me feel like this with the Emperor card. Like, you don't need their guilt. Like, you're not looking for them to feel guilty. Just do what you're supposed to do and stay on track. Like, the guilt could also be like a detractor, that could be a demotivator. We don't want to, like, you don't need, the guilt is, I don't think you really want it anyway. If they're feeling guilty, we got to get rid of that, because that could be a demotivator, that could be a hurdle that creeps up later. So forgiveness, offering forgiveness, showing them that the past is the past. We're doing good now. We're doing good now, and we're going to stay on track. As long as you keep going, you're great. Let's just not backslide. Just keep going. Keep going. I think we're good. Like, we want to concentrate on the future. We don't want to ignore the past, because that's asking for trouble. But at the same time, we don't want them holding guilt to the past. Like, they can never overcome it. We want to kind of like, yeah, you're doing great. See, you're reversing that all out. It's doing much better. You know, everybody stumbles, but now that we're up and going again, let's keep going. Just, you got to watch out for guilt with this person. Just make sure it doesn't overwhelm them. Offer some type of forgiveness for it if you can, if necessary, if appropriate. You'll decide if that's right. But that guilt could be like a demotivator, and it could bring the situation down. So we don't want it to be like this little, like, you know, problem just waiting in the corner that all of a sudden, you know, they get sucked down in it, and then all of a sudden they're like back where they were, because guilt can bring them back to where they were. We don't want that. Are we good? All right, I think we're going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below with the same email. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.